Namaskar. Very good evening to all the viewers. This is 13th lecture in Shri Dattopant Thengadi online lecture series. Till date, we have touched various topics, including current topics as well as the topics or subjects which are related to our day-to-day life. Today, we are going to discuss a specific topic with respect to the problem of trolling. It's been a quite few months that in social media platform, many eminent personalities are trolled for no reasons. In fact, what is happening that there is a problem with a fundamental right, that is freedom of speech and expression. Whenever you express something on social media platform, it was trolled at very low level, and sometimes that threats are also given while trolling on social media platform. There are many some Facebook pages which are fraudulently created. So all these are fake profiles, and this creates lot of irritation or lot of trouble to many persons who are using this social media platform for positive views. That's why today we have a eminent speaker, advocate Dr. Prashant Mali. Dr. Prashant Mali will discuss on this entire topic. Advocate Chandrakant Chauhan will introduce to Dr. Prashant Mali. I request Advocate Chandrakant Chauhan sir to kindly introduce our today's guest speaker.
Good evening, everybody. I hope during this pandemic situation, everybody is safe. On behalf of Akhil Bharatiya Adhivakta Parishad, this is a 13th lecture in the name of Dattopant Thengadi, who is the founder of Adhivakta Parishad. Dear friends, you know Adhivakta Parishad has been organizing various lectures, seminars, workshops, Nyaya Kendra for the benefit of our legal fraternity, so that the ultimate consumer, who is a client, will be benefited, and it will be easy for speedy dispensation of justice. Today, we have eminent personality on a cyber law who has created his own image, and I don't think he require any introduction. There is a lengthy list of his achievement, and I think it is better to read it out so that young generation get inspiration from his achievement. I will read. Advocate Dr. Prashant Mali is an internationally renowned cyber law, cyber security and privacy expert, author and practicing Bombay High Court lawyer. He has his digital and cyber security policy leader and influencer and sought after keynote speaker. He is a founder and president of award-winning premier technology law firm Cyber Law Consulting. He is advisory board member of LIC of India, Cyber Crime Committee member of State Women Commission. He has been awarded by the hands of Soli Sarabji as a best cyber lawyer in 2017 by India Legal Summit, an award. In 2016, an award was awarded as a cyber security lawyer of the year in a financial monthly magazine of UK. He is a master in a computer science and master in law with PhD in international cyber law and cyber warfare, and certification in the computer forensic and system audit, with working experience in the field of IT security law for more than 20 years. He has been interviewed by almost all national TV channels and quoted by leading newspaper in India abroad. He is a columnist for leading magazine and newspapers. He has authored 8 books on cyber crime, cyber laws, GDPR. He is a legal advisor for police, government, companies, MNCs, corporate, and represent them in a various courts. He has successfully argued and got a decision in a landmark cyber cases as a legal counsel. He was invited by Oxford University to present a paper on a cyber terrorism and international law. And his abstract of research paper, namely defining cyber weapon, a techno-legal perspective, was selected by NATO Cyber Conflict Center, Tallinn, Estonia, and got published in IGI Journal. His PhD research interest in cyber warfare, cyber security, cyber weapon, and international cyber law. He is a passionate speaker and invited in many national and international conferences as keynote on topics like electronic evidence, cyber laws, cyber insurance, social media, blockchain, data privacy, e-commerce, cyber security policy, IPR. He has spoken at Gartner, IDG, ISCI, Asia Insurance Review, ET conference in Dubai, Thailand, UK, Tallinn, USA, and other countries. He is noted Chevening UK Cyber Security Fellow and participant of IVLP USA in linking digital privacy to cyber crime enforcement. He has trained the corporate, police, judges, government officers, professors. His clients include Shapurji Palanji, Wipro, World Gold Council, Deloitte, Asian Paints, Aditya Birla Group, Mastec, NSDL, UTI Life Insurance, and various bank insurance companies, including celebrities like Anurag Kashyap, Sunny Leon, Ram Gopal Verma, Tiger Shroff, and many, many. Today, we are lucky to get such a eminent personality. I thank you for giving a spacious time for this lecture, and I will request Mr. Pathak to take the mic.
Thank you so much, Sawan sir. Now, without taking any further time, I would request Dr. Prashant Mali sir kindly address.
Thank you for calling me here. Thank you, Adhivakta Parishad and Pravartak and Mr. Chavan for following with me. Today, I have an interesting topic to discuss. Thank you for giving me this topic. I wrote the paper on this topic where people were not discussing in 2015 on this. So, who are trolls? There's a lot of trolling going on in this COVID, Corona times. A lot of trolling is happening, and people tend to troll. So, who are these trolls? I have written, or this is my theory, that trolls are keyboard warriors, heavy on typing and tiny on feelings. They get a zing out of online aggression, and what makes it attractive to trolls is the anonymity. Every troll will feel that he is anonymous, he's sitting somewhere else and nobody's going to catch him. So this anonymity creates more safety in their minds. The sense of the word troll and its associated verb trolling are associated with internet discourse. If you go a little back in the history, who were trolls? This troll word is coming from Scandinavian folklore. These trolls were people who were staying on mountains, who were not in Christianity, they were not baptized. So they were called as they had less brains, and they are not safe for human beings. So it's in 17th century the words continues, and every century the word is used differently in different format. So now we are here in the internet world. Trolls are there everywhere. I don't want to continue more on trolling because I had a friend. She was researching in Germany over trolls, and then she made a list of what kind of different trolls are there. Trolls are people. And there are different types of trolls. There are religious trolls, there are political trolls, there are law trolls, there are celebrity trolls. Now these, based on their bifurcation, they troll such kind of personalities. Like they go to celebrity trolling, some are in religious trolling, so they will do only religious troll. So there are different types of trolling across internet platforms. Now they are like Joker villain operating as agent of chaos on the internet. Now, if you look at various studies on internet, various universities have done studies on this. They are basically sadists. They are sadists and are insatiably nasty. There is no reasoning with them. Many a times there is no reasoning. The more havoc they sow, getting more people to argue with them. See, there is a difference between cyberbullying and trolling. Trolls will want attention to them. Cyberbullying people will want to inflict insult on the victim. They want to disturb the victim. The effect of both sometimes remains same, but trolls generally want to take an attraction to what they're saying. What they do is they will land into some kind of uh, comment section or on Twitter retweets, and they will put doing. Trolls have led to suicide. Now, so this can be a mental. You could classify as psychopath, sadist. They have some mental problem. So, what is trolling or troll? So, this is subset of a crime, cyber crime called online abuse. Online abuse is a big gamut of online cyber crime, and trolling is a subset of this. So, trolling. So, does India have laws on trolling? This is a new generation of cyber criminals, who propagate this cyber crime of hate. So, this is a hate crime, one type of a hate crime. So, do we have laws for this? Now, let me be very specific on the legal framework of our country. We don't have any law mentioning the word trolling or troll in any of our laws, any of our existing laws. Is trolling defined somewhere? Trolling is not defined anywhere, not even in a case law in any of Indian case laws. Trolling is not defined. So what is the legal framework around trolling? So what is the recourse? See, trolling can be of different types. Trolling per se will never have a recourse, even if the person feels bad. But trolling with different connotations will definitely have recourse. For example, if the trolling is leading to defamation, then we have section 499. But the apathy is it's a non-cognizable offense. Today I was having a chat with the DIG of cyber, and after reading a news paper cutting in Lok Satta, where the Lok Satta was quoting that they are going to send notice under section 145 of CRPC for people who are spreading fake news and trolling, etc. And I had an objection like 145 you really can't, 149 is the right section if you want to send. But even 149 notices, if they are sending, 149 notices sent by police is for cognizable offenses. Now, over the course, you will see there are many offenses which I'm going to tell you, which can be on the borderline of trolling or with connotations to the trolling. They are non-cognizable. So, is 149 a recourse by police? Because the majority of them are non-cognizable offenses. Today, the issue with Indian netizens, specifically females, is internet or the cyberspace, because section 66A was struck down by Honorable Supreme Court in Shreya Singh's case. Situation is lawless. We don't have recourse. So, in trolling, if they start sending 149 notice, section 149 notice, people will come back telling them this is not a cognizable offense. So, when can they send it? When there is something where cognizance can be taken. And when can be cognizance taken? Cognizance can be taken when there is element of cognizable offense attached to the trolling. For example, trolling with obscenity is involved. So, if trolling with online obscenity is involved, they can take recourse to section 67 of the IT Act. Section 67 of the IT Act talks about obscenity. The punishment is up to 3 years, and the penalty is up to 5 lakhs. It's a cognizable, it's a non-compoundable offense if it is on females and children. So section 67 can get applicable if there is obscenity involved. Please note, you can't pull out obscenity. Many a times I see, because the police has a lot of political masters, they put section 67, because see, there is a strange problem which police has landed into. Anything which has mobile or which has computer in the happening offenses, political masters will tell them apply IT Act. But the problem with them is there is no section there when it comes to online defamation or online spreading of spam or such kind of offenses of trolling. There has to be some other element. So if obscenity is involved, we can add section 67 of the IT Act to it. Or else what we have are other options. Now suppose a lady comes to us where a sexually colored remark is passed against her in the garb of trolling. Because in Indian mentality, Indian community, they use all different types of words. Where social media fails is they have this AI, artificial intelligence based, trolling monitors or obscenity monitors, but they fail to identify vernacular languages. In India, people write English in vernacular languages. They'll write slang Marathi words, Hindi words, Gujarati words, or Kannada words in English, which this AI fails to recognize. So many a time, even if you report abuse, they say their scheme of things doesn't treat this as abuse. No, so their rules don't treat it as abuse, and they fail to remove. So suppose it is sexually colored remark, then you can take help of section 354A4, clause 4 of 354A. If a sexually colored remark is passed against a female, that can be taken. The punishment there is up to 2 years, and it's a cognizable offense. It's a when the Criminal Amendment Act was passed, this was addition to year 354. So even a case can be registered on 354A of clause 4 can be registered. Apart from this, now suppose many times what happens is trolling doesn't stop. When they start trolling, they'll put comment after comment after comment, and at a point they reach to criminal intimidation. They can reach to threatening you. Then you can take the help of section 503 of IPC or section 507 of IPC. Either of this for criminal intimidation can be taken, where police can come into action. So many a times, there's a lot of spat which happens on social media, in the comment section, in the retweet section, in the reply to tweets, in the various options, blog comments in the blogs, various places. These things can happen. So you can take help of 503, 507 of IPC. Now again, see, what I'm trying to tell you is this is all case specific. Since we don't have one specific section for trolling, every time when I get a call from police to ask about what section is applicable, I have to ask him what are the facts of the case. Even you, if you're going with clients or advising your clients, always ask the facts. Number one. Number two, always your client trolling. The local police, aware about the word. Even if you Marathi, they may not sense it as something criminal. They may put you to say civil. It's a civil case. Go there. So the right word there is online abuse, because trolling remains a subset, online hate crime of online abuse. So always use this word called there has been an online abuse with me or with my client. And then with the facts, narration of the facts, you can add the particular sections to it in which police can take and vis-a-vis whatever the evidences you really can produce. Because again, police will work on prima facie evidence. Because many times I get cases where girls will come to me and say, the boy had written this. I'll tell you an excellent case study. I had a celebrity. Somebody was, trolling her. He was trolling her on his Instagram stories by tagging her. So Instagram stories, what happens? It vanishes after some time. So this vanishing piece of evidence, if you capture on screenshot or you take a photograph of it, you can save it as evidence, piece of evidence, but again it remains as a secondary evidence. So that's another challenge when you're handling trolling cases. So you need to be cautious about handling these cases when it comes to police, taking this case to police for filing of cases, filing of FIR or complaints. Evidence should be strong enough. You can capture the desktop. She can capture a video of the video being played or the status message being played. So the evidence is there for police to take cognizance of this prima facie crime which she or he is, the victim is facing. Okay, so why this is important? I have handled cases where girls and even boys, in school going boys, have called me and said that they feel like going for suicide. They're having cases of suicide because of trolling. Now then, if the person attempts a suicide or does a suicide, then obviously a different set of section can get applied. Because of trolling, he was then homicide is there. So trolling is this new generation of crime, and the problem with trolling is, in India, we don't have something called as right to be forgotten. Whatever is been written about the person keeps hanging in the social media sphere. It's like cockroaches, it's there in the internet arena. It is there in the cyberspace. And trollers will form gangs and keep trolling to the person and bring him to the brink of destruction. That's their aim. That is where they deserve, they get pleasure. They're agent of chaos on the internet. These are saddest people. Now, there have been celebrity cases where people have committed suicide, as I told you before. When Section 66A was there are hundreds of cases which were getting filed every month with cybercell. But now suddenly police finds difficult situation. They have to apply some other sections, and which are majority of them are non-cognizable. So that becomes really a difficult thing for even police. So when a trolling happens, so what could be immediately done by clients or victims who face trolling? One, should you answer to the trolls? It depends on your, how much you can take it. If you can take it, you can really answer. If you are online activist or you have that patience of answering, you can answer. But always remember, the more you answer, the more you get into the tiff. Because they derive pleasure from your answers. And then re-answering. And then getting 3 more people to bash you, online bash you. So sometimes remaining silent, sometimes making the point clear. Instead of answering them, always release what is the piece of fact. So your answer remains as an answer to the troll as a piece of fact, and not answer to what ridiculous things is writing. So you can put in your facts and then forget trollers. If you want to take action, then you need evidence. And if you need evidence, then you can carry the snapshots. If it is on mobile, you can carry photographs, you can take printouts, and then draft a complaint based on the connotations, whatever you have, and then file a case based on that. So either there could be defamation of sort due to this. There could be bullying. Now, in bullying, he is sure after trolling, he wants you to victimize, and you fall a prey to what they want to call you. So this is a behavior, and there are people who sit 24 hours on the computer trolling. They target their victims with death threats, even rape threats. And sometimes the abuse falls from online to offline. And that is a critical case. When does this start coming? There has to be some precautions also when it comes to trolling. Precautions is that you need to not reveal too much about your personal life. Where are you moving? Where are you going? What is your phone number? What are your ID cards? Then it spills from online to offline. They come on offline and they start harassing you, problematic scenarios. Number two is it can go one step below. It can go to your family member. So they start trolling your daughters or sons or wives, and ladies and husbands. So again, the strategy should remain same. So how does police act when you go to them? Now let's come to what does police do when. So if you take a valid evidence, like you take your own mobile phone and show them as it happens live, or the printout, or a video recording, or a snapshot recording, what they do is they will find out the name of the ID. They will find out the ID from what you show it to them. They will take this ID and put a request, CRPC 91 notice to the social media companies, and then they will find two things. One is creation IP address of that account and the access IP address when these messages were sent, because they take the date, time to second. And once they find the IP address, if they find the IP address, now why I'm saying if these people are from, now there are three things. See, if you are in India and the troller is sitting in US, then the social media companies will not share the IP address because of the law in US, because it violates the privacy of US citizen. But if the guy is sitting in India, then yes, he'll get it. Now there are two things. If he has made the account in India, then they'll give you account creation IP address. But if he's messaging you from US, then they'll not give you the IP address when the things were happening. So it is pertinent what comes out to the police. Many times it gets responded in a week's time or 15 days time. So sometimes it takes 2-3 months also, based on too many requests of law enforcement agencies with them. But you should take this route to complain to police, and police will definitely find out what is happening, how it is happening. Second point is you can do what is called as collective reporting of this troller. How this is done? You report to the social media page that this is an abusing website, this ID is abusing. Ask your friends to do it also. So if it is typically for your client, then let the client family do it, you do it, ask your chamber lawyers to do it. So have this set of people who will actually report this account as abusive account. And if this guy is a troller, then the AI of the social media page will actually find out that with the algorithm that this guy is a habitual, or this lady is a habitual troll, and his account or her account gets deleted or stopped for certain times due to violation of their community guidelines, blah blah. So it is not only you take legal recourse via the help of police, it is also that you can take help of the social gathering, what you have in the friends, because this is social media, and following the community guidelines or following the social media page guidelines of any of this social media websites, you can do this. Now I'm going to share you this is a 3-4 days before I was handling this case. Oh, pro bono case because Corona times. This is a celebrity. There are two celebrities now. I will reveal the name because this is you can see as it happens. It is one is Amir Ali and other was Salman Khan. Their telephone numbers, mobile numbers, somebody had put it on the internet. Now, in Corona and COVID times, they visited calls because everybody. So I got a call saying this thing is happening, and I saw there were 3 principal sites which were having a data file, and that data file was having these numbers. That data file got copied in 3 other websites. See, in internet, what happens is if someone writes a news item, then there are replicated websites which just replicates them. You don't know them. Just replicate. In fact, the work for that model is replicating. So this file was getting replicated. So in night I was sitting. First was script.com. Now script is a big site. When the data was hosted, I immediately wrote a small notice to script.com and got it down. So in 24 hours, they responded to me. They put the file down. They said, even if my file is down, Google will still bring in the search result. And it was happening. It happened for the next 4-5 days. And other 2 slowly responded. Because of the Corona times, I couldn't. And out of 3 have removed. 4 I need to check. So it also requires persistent follow-ups. And I'll tell you the fun part of it. I really can't guarantee to these clients of mine that it will be permanently removed. Some nasty website would have copied this data and they'll crop it later. This thing can happen. This thing can happen in this online world. What is removed can again come back to you. So what is the takeaway? I keep telling in all my sessions, like there's a service called Google Alert. In Google Alert, you can type Google Alert on Google and tell you what is the service. You add your name and your phone number. If anyone is using your name or phone number in any article or anywhere in social media, it generates an alert to you. And you can become alerted and then you can take some action to remove this. Point number 2. Suppose you want to remove this troll-based remarks. So what is another remedy? So I talked to you about as an individual lawyer, you can initiate action. I told you about as a police, you can go to the police station, file a case, file a complaint. They investigate. I told you what they look for when they investigate. I also told you about a small case. What is the next option? You can file for injunction in the High Court, take a stay order or take an order against this social media website to remove this incriminating, defamatory or trolling items based on your pleadings and arguments. You make a fair that order will be complied by these social media pages. Let me tell you, the prayer clause is very important because the order you get is based you websites, search engines in other countries, in other languages. Then the principal place where this trolling or defamatory thing or bullying happened would be removed by the order. But the copied version, the indexed version, the meta tagged version, everything would be there after some days. And you have to do the whole other exercise to remove forthwith. Or the client will again face the same trauma. He'll come back to you saying, "Sir, वापस आ गया. My number is again being done." And this can really happen. You have to make your client understand that there is a chance that this can happen. They can come back, because even trollers come back because it's there in their. I fought a case for a girl. It was a pro bono, and it was very different and have a quick case. The boy was found, arrested. I managed to appeal in every courts as an intervener, kept that boy in the without bail for almost a year, more than a year. But the moment he's on bail, we can see that he has made other IDs. He has sold the photographs of that girl to other Instagrammers, and from various IDs, she's getting defamed. So till the sadistic part, the problem, the psychological problem with the accused remains, and he remains at large, he is not reformed, the problem can haunt you back. Always keep that in mind. So something has to be done there too. This trolling business may come down once the lockdown and the pandemic slows down, but not the political trolling. Nowadays, it has become a big business. There are various IT cells of various political parties, and there are various experts doing this troll gangs. Now, also, I want to bring in that they also use sophisticated technology, which are called bots. Now, bots are algorithmic AI-based piece of software only. Now, the man is not trolling you. The man has made many men's, which are not men's, which are bots, and the bots are trolling you left and right, and the life they're making hell. Some bots are official bots. Some are which come up, pop up. The social media site blocks them. Other bots are made. So this is a chaotic situation in cyberspace where trolling in every country, in every sphere of life is a reality. And I feel the solution is also social over there. Solution is also from the health perspective. It is not only in the books of law this thing will happen. Solution is there in making students learn in the moral science chapter when they are in schools what is trolling and why it should not be done, and what are the effects of trolling, with different case studies being taught to them, making them sensitive about it. Only then we can achieve less trolling. Trollers will always be there, but the amount of trolling which is happening, and if we want some societal change, it has to start from schools, it has to start in colleges, it has to somewhere socially enticement is required, and the cases which happen and the punishment which has been given to when the cases happen, they should be widely publicized so it creates buzz, and should be published as a case study. Challenging cases, I'm saying. I'm not saying the celebrity trollers, when they get caught, it's only been publicized. I'm talking about trollers who are deep in the deep net, who are there of the part of the deep state. They should be pulled out, and the case study should be published. And when this is published, there will be a lot of deterrence amongst these trollers. So trolling, as I repeat what I said in the beginning, that trolling is a subset of a crime of online abuse. Trolls are a new generation of cyber criminals, who propagate cybercrime of hate. Even though some may argue trolling is not a pure crime, but the fine line, coupled with consequences like drawing the victims to suicide because of comments by trolls, sometimes make it a very grievance offense. As I told you about the legal framework, about various sections, section 499 of IPC, section 503, 507 of IPC when criminal intimidation is there, 499 when defamation was a part, 354A clause 4 when there is a sexually colored remark, sections can be used. Section 66A of the IT Act is been struck down, so it cannot be used. But section 67 can be used when there is an obscenity, part of obscenity. The word there uses obscene conduct. The word conduct is also used. So hence section 67 can be used. So because even showing fingers, middle fingers can come out, they can be defined as a sexual conduct. So cyberbullying related thing, if the person stalks the lady, constantly trolls and then stalks also on the online platform, then section 354D of the IPC can be used. So various sections, if the trollers takes photographs of a woman's chest or her sexual parts and puts it on the internet, then section 66E of the IT Act, that is violation of privacy, can be taken. So there are various sections based on connotation to the trolling action part when this troller does. So based on the facts, sections can be applied. Because now if you are seeing this modern world, there's so many words, they're making memes. So making of memes sometimes can lead to trolling, sometimes will not. So you have memes, you have trolls, you have defamation, pure defamation, you have sexually colored, obscene messages being sent. So these are all subset of online abuse, and it should be taken as online abuse. So if you want to, I also told you about how to react to these trollers. Not always you should react, because I have seen a case when a person was reacting to a troller and he himself become a troller because he started trolling him. That's a problem. I had a case where a father of a girl, he became a troller because his girl was getting trolled. So he started trolling all the boys who were trolling his girl. So to remove a crime, you don't take the law in your hand and you start becoming a criminal. So be cyber safe. Keep your clients cyber safe. Be aware of these new types of online hate crimes, online crimes which are happening day by day, cyber crimes. There's a lot to talk. There are many case laws also which happened in foreign, like Delphi AS versus Estonia, or Tamiz versus Google in 2013, or Zeren versus America Online ANSI. There are various cases which happened. Specifically one case which was very important, like Daniel Heglin versus Google, where this was a UK businessman. For more than 400 websites, constantly people were trolling him. And then the order was passed against Google, and then he was told to remove this torrent of vile and abusive material whenever a Google search about his name was put. Such kind of thing is actually borne by a lot of builders and big developers in city of Mumbai also. They constantly been trolled by abusive or unsatisfied clients of theirs, past clients, current clients. So trolling is a big cybercrime which is inflicted on big wigs and people in public arena. So thank you for calling me here. I think I'm right for taking questions from the audience.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. There is one question which I'll read out. The question is, if troller is in UK or outside India, and if victim is in India, then can we take action against that troller?
Yes, we can take action against this troller. It will take a little time. It will, when we go to police, and if the IP address, as I told you before, if the IP address is found from outside of India, then this process of letter of rogatory has to be done, and it takes little time, but action can be taken. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. We are expecting some more questions, but right now I hope there is no question is coming. We'll wait for a few seconds if anyone is having any question about this particular topic. So it was very interesting lecture.
Thank you very much.
And especially that was in fact, that was an addition to in our knowledge. And one of the viewer put a remark that do this, Miss Anjali, that she put that remark that do this mark attendance of students who are participating. So that's, I believe this is a really good appreciation. If any viewers is having any question, please, most welcome.
I'll ask the question.
Advocate Chauhan sir is having one question. I'll just.
Yeah, I'm reading it.
My question is, most of the webinars are organized through Zoom app. What is the credibility of Zoom app? That can you enlighten?
See, say till 4-5 days, I was ardent in opposition of app called Zoom because of lack of privacy with them. But let me tell you, now with the new Zoom, they have updated their encryption algorithm, and this, because of that, I think Zoom can be used. But I still want people to use Zoom with more caution. You know, you can't have something which has a lot of privacy related items being done on Zoom. You can have lectures like this where nothing big secret is when can be captured, still being done on Zoom, but not anything which is of no secret. But if you see, day before yesterday, High Court has given order judgment on Zoom, and it was of I think death, hang till death. Judgment was passed. So, till we have our own, the courts have our own, which I have suggested them that we should have our own video conferencing app, and which is very simple to do it. So when that happens, we'll be more secure.
So another question is coming by Advocate Rajendra Satare. Is asking what is the procedure to lodge complaint to police against any troller, and what types of material we should produce to lodge complaint.
Yeah, good question. Like procedure is fairly simple. That you take all the evidence in a printout and the original evidence, write a complaint in duplicate in Marathi, English, wherever you are, Hindi, and then take this to the nearest police station. No need of going to cyber police station. Nearest police station, and give them this evidence. Sometimes they'll ask for your mobile phone, so be ready for that. Many times your clients will not be ready to part with their mobile phone. That's a big hindrance, because once they put this mobile phone, then they'll give it to the forensics lab, and forensics lab will find the evidence and authenticate the presence of the evidence in this mobile phone, and that then the presence of phone becomes a primary evidence. So if phone can be parted, the case becomes more stronger. So when you do this, you can lodge the complaint with the police.
So the next question is by Advocate Drishti. How can we be more informative about cybercrime?
Drishti, this is very simple now. There are a lot of YouTube channels. There are a lot of blogs. I have my blog. I have my YouTube channel. You can connect me on Twitter account, LinkedIn, where a lot of people keep posting so many things. Read books, see a lot of YouTube videos, and that will gear you up for the latest cyber crimes. You can't read old books. Read new books.
There is another question by one Mr.
Yeah.
Singh Deswal. I'll just modify this question, because what happens that people are get trolled, but when we lodge a complaint with the concerned police station, they do not take cognizance until and unless there is some influence. Someone put some influence. So, how to proceed with? Can you please enlighten us?
See, I'll take Neeraj your question also about engage in dating sites where a fraud has been committed, not investigating the case. But the pain is same, in even the trolling case, police is not investigating, or in dating sites, it's not investigating. Seeing dating sites, if the victim is a girl, you can also try the State Women Commission route to put pressure on police. If police is not taking your complaint product, then obviously if you go by the CRPC route, then
Right.
Take the complaint to the DCP and 156 and all that is there. But nowadays another route is also there. That is what we are doing it right now. You can tweet it to CP Mumbai. Okay. One is tweeting it to CP Mumbai. Two is MHA has a website now, which is called cybercrime.gov.in. I repeat, it is called cybercrime.gov.in. Take that complaint and file it on the website. So in their route, they will transfer it to the nearest police station, and then the police station will call you. Okay. So these are this. You can use this initial modus, or in India, police can get PhDs for not filing an FIR. So.
True, very good. So there is another question, in fact, by Ms. Krishna Patel. So do you think that we should have specific law, like particular section to be added in IT Act for internet trolling? Are there any chances that that India will have in near future?
Krishna, yes, there are better chances. There have been so many presentations to Cabinet Committee, which is looking into the formation of or amending, updating the new IT Act. And I've been I've given my suggestions through various channels, to direct channel, to talking to the minister or to the METI, or various departments are asked. And sometimes, because I'm known to various departments, they come back to me and I forward the same suggestion. And one of the suggestion is bringing in 66A of the IT Act, that is for online defamation, trolling kind of crimes, in a different format from the format which was not before, more clearer format with illustration possibly. So if that comes, and that is likely to come for trolling, and obviously with balancing of freedom of speech, what you have written, and obviously balancing privacy, right to privacy, right to freedom of speech. So if that gets drafted, we'll definitely get this section in the new amendment. I'm hopeful, and it's a need of the hour. Even political people are getting trolled. Even judges are getting trolled. Even High Court judges get trolled. Even Twitter accounts are made of High Court judges. Parody Twitter accounts are made of High Courts. So they also want this section. They keep writing. They keep sending this to state governments to enact certain kind of social media rules, etc. But they don't have power to do it. So it has to be done through the law, and I think it is. The law is now old, so the law needs upgradation, which is happening.
Again, Ms. Krishna Patel is asking
Yeah,
about balance between freedom of speech.
I want to know the balance between freedom of speech and internet trolling. So, see, freedom of speech is what you think about the matter. Trolling is continuous harassment. If you are writing it once, it may not be called trolling. It could be freedom of speech. But if you're writing it continuously to gain attention in a matter involving somebody else, then it will amount to trolling. It will be amounting to trolling. And freedom of speech, Krishna, it is not an absolute right. It's a qualified right. So when it falls to defame someone, then it is defamation. So whether editing photos and sending by WhatsApp or Truecaller an offense under cyber laws. If you are editing photographs and not putting someone else's head onto it, that is personation, or you're not stealing someone's identity, or you're not cheating by doing this, so then it is not an offense. But if you're putting so, or you are editing the photo so that defames the person, then yes, then it comes under section 419, but it's a non-cognizable offense.
So this is the last question.
Very good. So you have joined. So there is no specific act for trolling as a crime.
Yes.
This whole lecture was on trolling, and I have given various sections based on different connotations to the trolling. So I think you need to see the video recording which Adhivakta Parishad and Prashant will provide you.
Advocate Subha, this video will be available on YouTube, and Dr. Prashant sir has almost covered all the sections, the entire relevant law which is in existence related this trolling topic. Thank you so much for the viewers for all these various questions, and we are also really grateful to Dr. Prashant Mali, Prashant sir, for enlightening us on this subject with all the insights, with the stories, and more particularly the story you told us about this Salman Khan incidents. We are really happy to know about all these events and the entire legal Pandora. Now I request Advocate Shweta Nayak to deliver vote of thanks. Advocate Shweta Nayak.
Thank you so much, Pravartak. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Akhil Bharatiya Adhivakta Parishad Mumbai, I extend my gratitude to Advocate Dr. Prashant Mali for acceding to our request and delivering this wonderful lecture on trolls and related legal framework in India. And more importantly, the preliminary steps to tackle and handle such trolls. It was very insightful, sir, and is definitely going to help us to take timely and appropriate action and also be cyber safe. I'd further like to thank the technical team, the social media platform, and all my colleagues at Adhivakta Parishad for making this wonderful session possible. Finally, I would like to thank you, the viewers, for constant support and encouragement that keeps us going. Having said this, I will be taking a few more minutes of your time. I'm sure many of you are aware, but for those who aren't, please note that we are hosting an indigenous game called Lossy. Lossy, as the name suggests, is legal housey. All you need is a list of pre-populated case laws, a do-it-yourself Lossy ticket, registration, and yes, you are all set to be part of this game. You can find all the resources and step-by-step instructions on our official Facebook page, that is Akhil Bharatiya Adhivakta Parishad Mumbai. Also, please note that there are limited slots available and registrations will close on 24th of May 2020 at 11 p.m. And the game is scheduled to be played on 26th May 2020 at 4 p.m. We are looking forward for your participation, and yes, let's socialize during this physical distancing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shweta. I'm sure that all our viewers will definitely participate in this lousy legal housey game. I again request and I appeal to all of you, kindly participate and immediately register yourself, as the last date is 24th of May. So you have to register as soon as possible. Thank you so much, viewers. please like our Facebook page. Please follow it. Then please also like, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel. Thank you so much.